The following podcast contains explicit language.
What's going on, Hive Minders? Welcome back to the Mind Meld, the podcast hosted by Mason Burns.
Hello.
And me, J.S. Price. The Mind Meld is a lively discussion about yours and our favorite stoner thoughts, pop cultural references, video games, and more. Or, as we like to call it, an hour of your lives that you're never getting back. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and it was good to know you. I kind of fucked up. I think I said pop cultural references.
References.
Dude, I was kind of making a joke about that earlier this week, but it doesn't matter. Anyway.
That's a weagle.
Mason.
Hello.
How was your week?
My week.
Tell me how your week was.
My week was. It was good. I would say it was productive.
Okay.
Mostly.
Mm-hmm.
My partner was out of town, so that was a bummer because I was just alone. But I played a lot of video games.
That is fair.
I stayed up too late.
Did we hang out like once?
Yeah, we did we watched Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
We watched the first couple episodes of Attack on Titan.
Brian came back. Yes.
Yep.
I got super high.
Yep.
And I was like losing it. That's right. I ate DQ and then I went home and I was like, my tummy hurts.
Oh, dude, that DQ was so good. Shout out to DQ's gravy, dude. That shit goes so like you wouldn't think that an establishment that gives gravy with their chicken tenders is like built separately, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they fucking are. Like, shout out to them. Sponsor us, DQ. I'll literally I'll eat your chicken tender so deep into my mouth if you do that.
We will record an episode of the podcast and it's all the audio is just gonna be us like eating and going.
We'll do
that's so good.
Yeah, no, we'll do a Lady in the Tramp type beat with a chicken tender.
Oh, dude, I'd do that with you.
It would be a lot of chicken tender to like digest at the same time.
So it would just be us making out.
I don't know if that's YouTube appropriate. People call us E for everyone.
Dude, if we put it as an educational video, then it won't get taken down.
Don't say it. Don't shout it out. It's not worth mentioning. If you guys know,
you know.
No, it's not worth mentioning.
Anyway, so you said your week was productive.
Yeah, it felt productive. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really do a whole lot, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I did a lot of like just hanging out, played a lot of video games. Watched a little bit of Attack on Titan. I need to watch more of it because I know that show is incredible. A lot of people say it's incredible.
Yep.
But I was waiting for it to finish because I like binging anime because I have this thing where I can't watch anime on my second monitor while I'm doing something else, and so it doesn't like
you have to sit down and like actually focus.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I don't find the time for it.
Are you the kind of person? Because I know that I am. Like when it comes to shows. Like, unless you binge it, like, if you watch an episode and then come back to it, like, and then come back, like, a week later, you're like, wait, what happened in the last episode?
Yeah,
you're like, I forgot.
No, exactly. No, that's exactly how I am.
Yeah.
Well, it's so weird, too, because I remember seeing this thing. I don't remember if it was, like, a YouTube video or something, but they were talking about how the games that you take longer to play and finish, and even, like, shows, for that matter, stay with you longer.
Holy nice.
I told you that was going to happen too.
I knew it was going to happen.
Stay with you longer, right? Because it's over a longer span of your life. And so you like connect more things to the show.
Okay.
But like I'm the same way though, where I just forget. You know what I mean? Like I just straight up forget what's going on.
Okay.
Like I restart games if it's been long enough.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like how I am with like Minecraft, right?
Minecraft.
Where I'm like, I play a bunch. And then I take like a huge break.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, it's been long enough. And I kind of have the itch to play Minecraft.
Minecraft's like riding a bike.
What's that?
So Minecraft's like riding a bike. Like you never forget how to play Minecraft.
Right. You're so right.
You never forget. You log back in and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me build this pickaxe real quick.
I kind of want to start doing this. What was the high and the low of your week?
The high and the low? Oh, when I was in a mentor group, sorry, I'm going to tangent off real quick.
Okay.
When I was in a mentor group, people would call it roses and thorns. Like, what was the rose of your week? What was the thorn? I think that's like kind of cute.
What was what was the rose and thorn of your week?
Let me think. The high of my week was definitely picking Ona up for the airport.
That's dude, that's so sweet.
Yeah, no, because it was just like
that's so cute.
Yeah, well,
also
I was
makes
like
me your side hoe feel a little bit bad, but whatever.
Yeah, we'll glaze over that one. But yeah, it was just one of those things where. It was nice to go down there because I like saw her come out of like the exit gate and I picked her up. We got lunch, and I just missed her. So it was nice to have her come back. Hello. It was nice to have her come back, which was cool. The thorn of my week. Let me think. I mean, do you have a positive? I'll think about my negative. What is your
positive for the week? That is a good question.
Yeah.
What has happened in the past week? I would say that there are two like pretty high points of my week since we last recorded.
Okay.
Last Thursday was my first day back at League, which
bowling
felt pretty
league.
good.
Nice.
I was very stoked about that. Yeah, I haven't had bowling league in a while, so it was nice. Like
I didn't even think about that.
There was like a 3-week break for the holidays, and I was like kind of bummed. So
I mean, that's nice that they give you a break, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that they give you a break, and I mean, it makes sense because that it's not like you have. I mean, like having expectations that people come in during the holidays for bowling league is like crazy. Yo, your watch is popping.
No, I don't know. It's freaking. Sorry, continue.
But yeah, so it was nice to be back for bowling, which was good. Other than that, I mean,
was that like the high? Oh, dude. Sorry, did you have one more?
No, that was it.
Well, I was gonna say bowling Tuesdays are back.
I was gonna say like, that's the other. That's the. I figured that's why I was like, go ahead, because I figured that was gonna be.
You thought that was gonna be my thing.
Yeah. I was like, that was kind of the other high of my week. Was
it was definitely a smaller group, which was kind of the goal. At least of like this one. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. Hanging out with everyone's always fun. Please, like,
couple new faces.
Yeah. If you're listening to this and you haven't gone and done something cool this week, please go do something cool. Like bowling Tuesday.
That's what I describe it as. Like, I describe my bowling league and also kind of bowling Tuesday as like, because I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of friends that I talk to and they're like, oh, I don't have a lot of time on my hands, and they're like, I'm working this many jobs and I have school, and I'm like, dude, that's how I was, and I was like super depressed. I'm like, you should find a hobby that you love and dedicate one day a week to doing only that.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because like for me, that's bowling league.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I love bowling so much, and Thursdays are my day to not think about school, not think about work, only go bowling, only have fun.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm of the same coin. I don't have that right now, to be fair, but I think you're right. Like, it's all about fucking human beings are rhythmic people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about rhythms and keeping in the flow and like making sure, like, I don't know. It's all about rhythm, and that's how you grow yourself out of those funks, right?
I would agree.
At least that's what's really helped me. And whenever I've been in like a big funk, is creating either a consistent rhythm or doing something erratic.
That
like
makes
not
sense.
like terrible, not like bad erratic. Like erratic sounds kind of negative,
dude,
but like
some crazy
spontaneous,
shit.
I guess, is a more positive word. Yeah. Being
like
spontaneous.
A tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was looking like,
yeah. I think tattoos are so cool. I think tattoos have changed over the years, just in terms of like how they're perceived and how
they're like more socially accepted,
and what people get them for. You know what I mean? Because my dad, he's a big tattoo guy. He loves tattoos. But all of his tattoos, he has really cool tattoos. He has a really cool sleeve. But every single one of his tattoos has a really deep and like really cool multiple meaning and like things.
Okay.
And I think that's really cool. Like I definitely like, I look at his tattoos and I'm like, this is a representation of you in your life, which is sick.
Yeah.
My tattoos are more things that I enjoy and things that I know that I can always think back on fondly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's more what I think about, how I think about mine. Is it like, at least the ones that I currently have are all about things I enjoy and things that I'll think back on fondly, not necessarily things that are like me as a human being, you know?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I think that like that's been a bit of like a small culture shift towards tattoos, which I think is interesting.
I would agree. I'm like I like tattoos a lot, and I think that they're becoming more like socially accepted.
Yeah.
The one piece of advice that my dad still gave me was like
The One Piece
was, he was like, don't get any tattoos that will be visible if you're wearing a long sleeve. So,
no, that's super fair. No, I go by that as well.
He was like, anything that's like on your wrists, like on your hands, like, he's like, maybe, I don't know, when you retire or something, but like until then, like, you know, it's going to ruin a lot of job opportunities. Like, I understand that tattoos are being like more like socially accepted, but
that doesn't change.
We still live in a world where people are like, this is, sorry, it reminds me of have you watched I Think You Should Leave?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a whole like skit in one of the episodes where they're like, Santa Claus is an actor and they're doing an interview with him where they're like interviewing him about his most recent role in like a movie.
Okay.
And
I see.
He gets like all mad, and they're like arguing. He's like arguing with the interviewer, and he's like, people with tattoos, they're on the naughty list. He's like
they're on the naughty list.
He's like, I don't. Oh, that's right. The whole bit was because he was like. He's like, I've seen everybody naked. And the interviewer was like, why? He was like, to see if they have tattoos. He's like, if they have tattoos, they're on the naughty list. I don't care if they have tattoos, but it's not good behavior.
I don't care.
I don't care. It's just not good behavior.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I think what that reminds me of.
No, and I think the spontaneous aspect of at least like one of mine is like cool. Like I have I talk about it a lot because I think it's cool. I have like a little green square right here that just looks like absolute garbage. Like it does not look good at all.
Yeah.
But I'm really fond of it. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
I like wow, here's a little green square on my body.
Yeah,
it's interesting. Like I'll never. I don't know. They're just. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna describe this feeling to you, and I hope it doesn't like make you uncomfortable at all. But when I first got the little green square, which was my first one, I got really, really high a couple days after when I still had the second skin on, the wrap that they give you. And I had this like really obtuse feeling of this is wrong. My body feels wrong right here. Like this is like it felt terrible. It felt awful. And I was like, why does it feel like? But I was so high.
Yeah.
But like, and I was like, I hate this. And I was like, why did I do this? Like, and I was like going through this whole like motion through my head of like, this is awful. Like,
that's crazy.
I went to bed and woke up the next day. Now it's fine. But it was such like a visceral feeling where I was like, why? Like my body is not how it used to be, right? Like
that is so
like it was such a weird feeling to have, and that's why I was like, don't like it's. I felt fine the next day. It was literally like a symptom of the weed.
Yeah. No, this one's coming along nice.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. The way I don't like the second skins. I know I was telling you a little bit about it. I don't like them.
I thought it was alright. I didn't mind it.
I just
felt
don't
like less work.
Yeah, it definitely is less work because if you do the saran wrap, you have to pull it off a lot earlier, and you have to start taking. You have to be really careful those first like couple like when I got the one on my forearm, I had the saran wrap, and I took that saran wrap in like an hour. And then I had to be really, really careful about what I was doing with my arm for the next like 3 days.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just like they put the second skin on. I was like,
yeah,
all right. I just don't touch it for like 3 days.
Yeah, you're like it'll be fine. Yeah.
My only concern was that there was just like a massive blood pocket. I remember messaging you about it because I was like, that's a lot of blood.
Is this wrong?
I was like, I mean, it was a lot of blood. I was like,
it's probably because he was really fast. And like with smaller tattoos, when they're fast, they don't like scab up by the time you put the second skin on, and so it's just still bleeding. Yeah. All right. I figured out a negative of my week.
Oh, what was your negative?
Yeah. Literally, it happened earlier today.
Oh, really?
And the only reason I call it a negative is because she like said this customer at work said this to me. And I was like, oh, this makes sense. She goes. So I'm like walking with her product. She's really nice. Like the preface, it wasn't her like as the experience. It was what she said that
was
really
it like a realization almost.
No, not necessarily. But she goes, oh, I like your shoes. I was wearing like my cool like pastel like rainbow shoes.
Oh yeah.
She goes, oh, like I really like your shoes, and I'm like, yeah, I like to add a little bit of color and flair to the outfit if I can, like to really like I just like doing it.
Sure.
And she was like, yeah, like it adds a little bit of color to this like really depressive color palette you guys have going on in here. And I was like, oh, like you're so right. Like it's awful. She goes, yeah, it's just like a lot of gray. Like there's just nothing but. I'm like, I'm in here so often that I don't even like process it.
You like looked at her and you were like, you're so real for that.
Yeah, no, I think she thought that like I had an awakening, like an epiphany. Yeah. I was like, wow.
That's why I've been wearing like my fucking
the funky socks.
The colored shoes.
Oh no, the colored shoes are sick. I don't know. It's like it just adds a little bit of flair.
Yeah,
personality, right, to like your portion of the outfit, which I think is cool.
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Same thing. Why I like wearing the long sleeve so much is because like sometimes I'll wear like a pink long sleeve, or I'll wear like the long black sleeve.
That makes sense.
Just because it adds a little bit of like me to the rest of the Best Buy outfit, right? And I think that's cool.
I hear you.
But it was my low because it was just like she like said it, and I was like, oh my god, you're so right. It's so
you're
sad
so
in here.
Right.
It's so sad in here.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
But like I don't know. It was more. It wasn't like a low. It was more of just like a. It made me realize more lows in the past.
Yeah, it was like a damn.
Yeah, it was like I spend 40 hours a week in the store.
Yeah.
But like that was fine, and you know, I left. Yeah. means to an end. I did a lot of schoolwork, which was nice.
That is.
It's always hard for me to find motivation. How do you stay motivated for school? Do you have like a way to do it, or is it just like you hope for the best?
God, sheer force of will.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
It's awful. More recently, though, so obviously, I think I talked to you about this, where this past quarter I almost failed a class because of attendance.
Yeah,
I almost failed the class because of attendance, and that was like the professor was like, I will pass you. I've never failed somebody due to attendance, but like, you got to get
like
on
you're there.
Yeah, and I was like, and that was like the closest I've ever gotten, and I was like, holy shit, like that is crazy. And I'm like this close to graduation, like why would I?
Yeah.
Why did I do that? That was stupid.
Yeah, like you just like look back and you're like, I can't change that now.
Yeah, and then I saw our friend Madison graduate, and then I realized
Congrats.
I'm like, I have 3 more quarters left. I was like, I can do this.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm like, I just have to go to class, do the work, and like start it like a week before it's due.
Fair, yeah.
And then I'm done.
Yeah,
and it's just that easy.
The light at the end of the tunnel, baby.
Like realistically, school isn't that hard. I'm just an idiot, and I have dumb practices.
Yeah,
right.
That's kind of how I feel about fucking practice. Like in terms of just like doing things on my own time. It just doesn't feel possible,
dude. I think is that like a part of becoming an adult? Is that a moment that everyone has where they're like, I'm an adult now, I get to do whatever, and then they like procrastinate, and then eventually real life is like holds a gun to your head and is like, hey, and you're like, oh my god, you're so right.
Yeah, real life is like, are you sure? Like, you have these other things.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Do you want to be homeless?
And you're like, actually, I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah, right. I had this friend in high school that I told her, I was like, I need you to know this right now, that if I drop out of college and become homeless, I'm gonna come live in a van on the beach near that you live by, because she went and moved to California. For school. And I was like I'm gonna come and drive and live in a Volkswagen bus on the beach and hope to God that you're put together and come mooch the shit off of you.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was my plan. If I ever I guess went off the deep end is the way I would describe it, because it would have to go bad. Like shit would have to go south.
Yeah.
Like, dude. I would, like, if you don't hear from me in like a month, you know what happened. You'll know where to find me,
dude. I'll know where to find you.
Yeah.
I will track you down and be like, Mason, just sleep on my couch and get a new job and like figure something out. Like,
what is happening?
What is going on here, bud?
No.
What are we doing? What are we saying?
What are we? I'm going crazy.
What are we? I'm going crazy.
What are we going crazy?
That's why I was. That's what I was talking about earlier in my week. Is so I registered kind of late. Another
classes?
Example of like dumb practices. Yeah, I registered late, and so there's this one class that I was worried about not getting into because I need to take it this quarter in order to graduate on time.
Because you have to take another class, like
because I have to take another class where this class is the prerequisite for it.
That makes sense. Classic college moment.
Yeah. And so I had this moment where I had waitlisted for 5 of the exact same class in hopes that one of them would get back to me and be like, you're in.
Just at different times?
Yeah, at different times. So I waitlisted for all of them and like emailed each professor, and I was basically like, me and my friends were making a joke about it because I was like, please wet me in.
Please, I'll pass your class.
Please wet me in the class. I really need this. Oh my god. And so yeah, that's what I just scratched the shit out of my eye. Fuck.
Oh god,
that hurted.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And then I got a message today being like, hey, you have to register for this class right now because you are next in line for the wait list.
24 hours, or you're about to get destroyed.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, right now. So that was the first thing I did today. And I was very happy.
That's a good way to start the day.
Yeah, good way to start the day. I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
My day started with I woke up, registered for this class, went to classes, came home, opened my run of Cookie Clicker, let it sit in the background, Opened up Apex.
Cookie clicker.
Dude, I just let it sit in the background.
Continue your story.
Dude, let me tell you something. After a while, like, there was a certain point where I was like, why do I do this? Like, why am I doing this? And I almost closed it.
For cookie clicker?
Yeah. And then there was a point where there was, like, this upgrade, and I was like, what is this? And it had, like, a warning next to it.
What?
And I clicked on it, and it turns the grandmas into, like, actual flesh monsters.
Oh, my God.
And I was like...
Why does it do that?
That's what I'm asking. So I was like, is there a lore to cookie clicker? And so
oh God.
And so there's
gotta be.
I've been like actively like playing it more because I'm like I gotta know. Is like what is going on with these grandmas?
When I click all of these cookies?
What is going on with these grandmas that's making them like demonic flesh monsters that I have to worship in order to keep getting them to bake me cookies?
Oh,
right.
Maybe that's what they always were.
I don't know. Maybe.
Dude, you got to keep us updated on this cookie clicker.
That's what I'm wondering.
This is crucial.
I will.
This
I
is
will
crucial.
keep you updated. Anyway, so I opened up cookie clicker, right?
Okay,
Let it run in the background. Opened up Apex.
Okay.
Found out that they just ran a new update and they're doing a crossover with Final Fantasy.
Dude.
They put the Buster Sword in VR and it looks fucking... It's so funny.
The only thing I know about that Final Fantasy update is that there's like a $360 death box.
Yes.
That's the only thing I know about that update, and that's why I'm like instantly shaking my head, is because that's the only thing I know, but the Buster stuff sounds badass. I don't know anything else about the update. Other than the death box. That's the only thing I've seen.
Here's the thing, is that, I had like some Apex coins, and so I bought one pack and immediately got like a legendary, like a cosmetic item from the event.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, cool. But yeah, I went into BR, picked up the Buster Sword, and... I mean, it's just really funny. You hit people for like 60 damage per swing.
Is that good? I have no idea.
It's pretty good. And then you charge limit, and you have like 30 seconds of limit break where you're like, you have increased mobility, like damage reduction, and increased like damage output.
That's cool.
And you're just running around with this sword like fucking people up.
Wait, it's just a weapon you can pick up?
Yeah.
What? That's cool. With just like with Final Fantasy in general, or like with the new Final Fantasy 7 game? Do you know?
I have no clue.
Oh, I'd be intrigued. I'm not sure.
But the funniest bit, not really the funniest bit, but I guess the only reason that I probably won't be playing it more,
Apex?
Yeah, the event probably, is because the sword is very heavily movement based. So if you're good at Apex movement, you automatically win with the sword. You're like better than other people with the sword
because you just can't aim at them. You just can't do it.
Well, because here's the thing: is like one of the abilities with the Buster Sword in Apex is like you can dash with it, and with the dash you can like move into a slide with it.
Whoa!
And so people are cool. Like, I'm like watching these streamers who are like using their dash and then like b hop sliding around and like just murdering people. And I'm like, what the heck?
You're like, why is this happening?
I'm like,
that's fucking cool.
I'm like, this is so messed up. I'm like, I'm not good at movement, so I will never be.
Apex's movement is crazy. I've like seen some videos of people just going freaking wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
I have to talk about it. The new Valorant update.
I didn't play it.
The new Valorant update.
Tell me about it.
Well, okay. They added a new gun to the game.
They added a new gun?
They added a new gun to the game.
What?
Mm-hmm. We added a new sniper rifle to the game.
What?
It costs $2,400. It has 2 bullets in the clip. So it's like a slug sniper rifle. And it does 140 to the body and like 240 to the head, something like that. Okay, so it's one-shot light armor and then one-shot headshots no matter what.
Okay.
And so
better than the Marshall, worse than the Op.
Yes, exactly. That's like its niche. But it is crazy. It's so good. It's so because you can shoot twice really, really fast and you don't get unscoped.
What?
So you can just two
There's
tap
no like
people.
You don't like have to chamber a new round. Wow.
So you go pow pow and you just fucking kill people. It's just over. It's really good.
They're gonna change that.
I think they'll nerf it a little bit, but I think what the nerf will be either lowering its damage a little bit or making it more expensive.
How much is the Op? It's 5,000, right?
An Op is 47.
47?
4,700. And so the operator is 24. The Marshal is 11.
I thought it was 900.
The Sheriff is 900. No, the Sheriff is 800. I think it's 11.
You would know better than I do.
I think it's 11. It might be 900. I don't know. I think it's 11. Regardless, it's like that's the lower tier.
Right.
what's it called? And like me and my friend Ben were playing yesterday, and it was low-key infuriating because I felt like I had such a good read on the game, and then the game just changed drastically.
Yeah.
But it was still fun too because
and you were like what the hell?
Yeah. But it was still fun because like we're figuring out like, oh my god, we have to change our economy here so we can buy heavy armor when we buy rifles, or else we're just gonna get outlawed and die to a body shot like an operator. And so like we were trying to figure out like the balance between like, oh, like do we need to save another round because like can I not buy as much utility this round so I can save for full armor next round? Like it became a whole thing. But I don't know, it's interesting. I think the gun's OP. I think that they took Haven out of the map pool, which makes me sad. That's a really good map.
What's the rotation for comp now?
The map pool for comp is Icebox, Lotus. Ew. I like Icebox a lot, actually.
Like Icebox.
Icebox, Lotus.
Okay.
People are saying this is the worst map pool that they've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, because they took Haven out. Bind, Icebox, Lotus.
Okay.
What else? Bind, Icebox, Lotus. Ascent.
Okay. Ooh, interesting.
What's the map after Lotus?
I don't know.
There's 7. There's supposed to be 7, and I can't think of them all. Bind, Icebox, Wait, no, I got this. One more time. I got
this.
Sure.
All right.
Bind, Icebox, Lotus, Ascent, Split.
Okay. Okay.
Shit, what are the other 2? Regardless, if people are saying it's the worst map pool, like they're forgettable. You know what I mean?
That's kind of interesting because a couple of those maps I actually like don't mind.
I like Split a lot. Well, people say Haven's the best map in the game. And they're
so if
people
they take out the one best map, then people are like, this game is dog shit.
People think Icebox is one of the worst maps in the game, and Haven is one of the best. I like Icebox. Whenever we would play 5 stacks, that was like the one I was most confident calling on.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because that map is all about either you hard hit A and just pray that you can make it onto that site and your utility is good enough to stop them, or you do a lot of push and pull throughout the map.
See, Icebox, I'm just like I don't know. The second I guess I just hate like the tunnel.
They put a window there.
Yeah, but it's bad still.
It's still bad. It's still bad.
Holy hell. Yeah. No, I'm not a fan of it particularly, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like it.
I think there are aspects of it that are appealing, but overall, I think it is the worst map of all of them. Is what I would say.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what the other maps are, and I feel weird that I can't remember them. Like I feel uncomfortable.
You call yourself a fucking
right. I can't remember 7 maps.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It doesn't matter that much.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
No, I won't. But it's just I'm gonna remember them at some point,
and then you're gonna get angry because it'll be like off recording.
It'll be a while from now. For sure.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I've been playing a lot of Risk of Rain too. I know we talked a little bit about it before.
Talk a little bit about this. This is big. This is some big
before we started
for
recording, I didn't realize the good word of that game until recently. Because obviously you're a big. I'm
a big Risk of Rain enjoyer. I'm a big advocate. I love that game. I'd say it's the best roguelike on the market. That is my argument. That is my statement.
On the market?
On the market currently.
I would say it's better than Hades. Hades is my other top contender, but I would say it's better than Hades.
Yep.
I think Hades is fun, but
I would say Hades is a lot of fun. I would say actually, I was gonna say Hades might be a better story-based game, but when you actually read into the lore of Risk of Rain, I think it's an insane story. It's so good.
You just need to like read the logbook or something, and then you'll understand. You'll not understand, but you'll get more context.
It's so good. Holy hell.
That's been really fun. That's been part of my week. It's just been since I work at like 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
I'll like get up at like 9:30.
Sure,
and I'll just play like 3 Risk of Rain runs and then go to work.
That's so funny. Yeah, I love Risk of Rain. So it's really funny because me and my dad had just gotten into Risk of Rain 2 around like close to when it came out. Like we just had a ton of fun playing it.
Yeah,
and then we went to PAX West. Like we do every year. And we saw Risk of Rain at a booth, and we were like, oh cool. And so we started like checking it out. We started playing it, whatever. And some guy was like, oh yeah, you liking the game? And we were like, oh yeah, like a ton of fun.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting into a conversation with him, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm one of the like devs. He's like, it's me and a couple of these guys and like these 2 over here.
Yeah.
And like they're just like UW graduates who made Risk of Rain 1 and 2, and I was like, "What? That's fucking awesome!" So we got their Discord info, which is cool.
That's so rad.
But they were super chill. Really great game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like very.
It's just fun.
It's so fun.
It just is fun. Like getting the items feels cool. Learning what all they do feels cool. Unlocking them after runs feels really cool.
Yeah,
it's just really fun.
I'm really hoping that they do well with the newest DLC that they're planning on releasing. Because
I forgot about that.
Well, they sold Risk of Rain 2 to Gearbox.
Yep. I forgot about that too.
Good for them. Honestly,
do you know how much it sold for? I'm just curious.
I don't remember.
Like a lot though.
I think so.
It would have to be.
So they sold Risk of Rain 2 to Gearbox, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Gearbox did the majority of the development for the first DLC, Survivors of the Void.
What does that mean? Like, is it something that I would notice a different? Like, if I'm playing right now, would I notice what's DLC and what's not? Does it cost money?
Yes.
Oh, then no.
Yeah. Then there you go.
Okay. But if I were to have it,
yes, you would notice a difference.
Oh, okay. It would be like drastically different.
There's 2 new characters. There's more maps. There's more items.
Maybe I should buy it. How much is it? It's expensive.
It might be $15.
That's not bad.
There's 2 characters, more items, more stages, 1 more boss.
Oh, cool.
New music, obviously.
I just remember playing. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, I just think it adds like a whole new level of like.
Yeah, that's super fair.
Oh God, it's so cool. Like there's like void items because it's called Survivors of the Void, and it's like and like the void items when you pick them up, it corrupts your regular a version of your regular items.
That's cool,
and it's so sick. I don't know. It's very good. I'm a big fan.
Well, the thing is, I haven't played Risk of Rain 2 since like the beta. Like I played the beta when it first came out, and I played it a lot. Like not a lot. I played like maybe 30 hours of it, which is like not a lot, but like a decent chunk enough to understand what's going on gameplay wise.
Sure.
And then playing it again now, I'm like, holy moly! Like I was playing when there was like 4 characters, and now there's like 15 in the base game.
Yeah,
it's crazy. And it's like do this mission to unlock. Like I was playing before the boss was even in the game.
Yeah,
and like I remember when I did the boss for the first time, I was like, "Holy crap, this is cool!"
Yeah,
like
Mithrix
it was
is an
crazy.
awesome fight. Doing Mithrix for the first time is like is so cool.
It's like I didn't know there was a second phase until I remember beating him for the first time and being like, "Oh baby, like we're about to beat this guy," and then I beat him, and then I'm like, and then it's like, okay, now we're like beating some mobs, like that's fine,
just killing the mobs,
just some mobs action.
Then he comes back and his hammer's glowing, and you're like,
yeah, and he's huge, and I'm like,
yeah.
And I used all my equipment chargers because I thought it was over, and like it was a whole ass thing. And then he frickin' rolled me.
Yep.
And now I have to go back, spend another 45 minutes, and do another run, and try again.
Yeah,
like that.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Just a normal difficulty.
Just a normal.
Yeah. Well, because I'm still learning. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
And my friend Will, he likes playing on the modes where you can pick your items. Like you open a box and you pick your item. I just don't know what they'll do, and so it's overwhelming to do that.
I think that's fair. I would say that is a. I'd say that's a fun way of playing to an extent because like you get to just create like insane builds.
So I feel like you're playing a different game.
You get the ability to just be like, I will become the most OP like character ever.
I don't know what it is. Whenever I played that mode, I just said, "How fast can I go?"
Yeah,
and
but
I just fucking zoom.
It takes the challenge out of it, which like I had fun with it because I did the same thing. I had fun with it for a while, and then I was like, well, now I'm just beating the game super quick, and that's not fun. I was like, I want to play on the hardest difficulty with random items.
No, that
and
makes
just
sense.
Pray to God that
that the run works out.
Yeah.
Well, like that's the whole purpose of a roguelike, right?
Yeah,
is
exactly.
That you hope that like what you grab throughout the run is good enough to push you to the end. If it's not, you frickin' try again.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You do it again.
Exactly.
It's so crazy that became like such a popular genre of game.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it's an insane concept.
Yeah. You die, you restart entirely.
But it's one of those things that they just have. It has infinite replayability.
Yeah.
You play it forever, and you like odds are you'll experience new things in terms of like not necessarily gameplay, but like. The run will feel different every time. You'll get items at different spots. And
I think the big thing with games like that, though, is that you have to have so much content that will change the game after each run.
Yeah.
After each run, you unlock a new thing that will change the way that you play the game. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Because every time you play Risk of Rain, every time you do a run or whatever, you unlock an achievement. That achievement unlocks a new item.
Yeah.
And then with that new item, you're like, holy shit, I'm much more busted than I was before.
Or it's like I knew that if I got 10 of the lunar coins, I could buy the artificer.
Yeah.
And I was holding out for that. I was I can't open these lunar pods. I need to go get this guy.
I don't know how many lunar coins I have.
730.
I I have 1 billion.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Did you break the game? How's that possible? You just like change a number in the code?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Yep. It's in the game files. You can just change it. It's really scuffed.
I earned all my coins through my hard work. It's honest work out here.
Dude, here's the
Free
thing,
the
right?
artificer.
Is that I had earned like 1,000 on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's a lot. That seems like a lot.
I figured out that like when you don't get the lunar items that you want, you can re-roll.
Oh.
But every time you re-roll, it doubles the cost of re-rolling. And I didn't realize that, so I just kept hitting it. And then before I knew it, I had like 2 lunar coins left, and I was like, what the fuck?
You literally just freaking you freaking exponent yourself.
Yeah, and so I was like, I'm not about to get back all those lunar coins, so I just cheated and
so I just said, fuck it, I put enough time into this game. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I get that. I've been there.
Yeah. But one of my favorite aspects about that game, which I will praise to the ends of this earth,
to the end of time,
is the music.
It's good.
The music is amazing.
I have been making a point to not play games with music on anymore.
What?
Like my own music.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my own music. Because I used to play every single game with music on.
Yeah.
But I've realized that like I'm taking a chunk out of what the developers like expect the experience to be.
I think it depends on the game, though.
It does, 100%.
Right? Because
like
you play Valorant, right? And
I play. Well, I do play Valorant.
Yeah, and you're like, you play like. I'm at this point now with like Minecraft where I'll play my music.
Well, yeah, there's no music in Valorant.
Yeah.
Valorant doesn't have any background music when you're playing.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to things like Risk of Rain 2 is one that I've been making a point to do it with. World of Warcraft actually is one that I've started listening to like the ambient sounds of the zones. Ambient sounds and ambient music, because like some zones have no background music, but their sounds are really eerie and like give you a different vibe than like
playing Five Nights at Freddy's with Hatsune Miku.
Dude, actually though. You know I like Hatsune Miku.
That's why I said it.
I love me some Hatsune Miku.
But yeah, World of Warcraft has like some cool like ambience.
World of Warcraft has some really good music for sure.
Okay.
But it's all what's it called? It's all like environment setting music. You know what I mean? It's not like some of it's like, but none of it is like crescendo intense music. It's all like ambient environment music.
That's cool.
Anything
That's
else.
Nice.
World of Warcraft is one. Risk of Rain 2 is probably where I thought about it first when I started playing the game again. I'm trying to think of other story. Oh, like obviously when I play like Final Fantasy or the Kingdom Hearts games, those musics, I could listen to the song at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and probably cry. Yeah. It like I could like at this very moment.
As much as I have shit on it, Destiny 1 music.
Destiny's music is good.
Dude.
Halo's music is incredible.
Dude,
it just checks out.
Here's the thing, man. Something about launching Destiny 1 and hearing that French horn, the bwah, bwah, bwah,
yeah, I know exactly what you mean
like,
too.
I'm like,
I know exactly what you
it's
mean.
So good.
It's really good.
It's so good.
And I think I've just realized that music is such an intentional part of like developing a game or a movie, right?
And it
or
adds
anything.
So much to it.
It adds a lot. So I've just started playing with it a lot more, which has been interesting.
Yeah.
I've always been a Final Fantasy fan, but I've always listened I've always listened to the music in those games than like my own music.
Yeah,
so, like
that's
always been the way I've done it. Like the Persona games, the Persona 4 soundtrack is incredible. One of the best video game soundtracks I think that I have experienced. It's so good.
Fantastic soundtrack. I would agree.
But some games just have terrible music. That's from 5, but
that's a great
4 has more of like a city pop vibe.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking good. I really like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been in touch with a lot more with that.
I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Go ahead.
Terraria music.
I literally mashed a couple of sounds together in my mind to be like, is this what it sounds like? And then I was like, that's not right.
Dude,
that's not what it sounds like.
Like Terraria music is, I think I love it specifically because like there are some Terraria songs that are like really good, but also a lot of them, I mean, the point of it's a very goofy game, and a lot of the music is very goofy game. And I love that. My favorite music of all time from that game is the glowing mushroom biome, because it's like
the glowing mushroom.
I mean, the music is like trippy, and it's so fun. It's like wow 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 wow. It's
You're
super
like,
silly. Every time I go down there, sometimes I just like hang out and I'm like, jamming.
Yeah.
I'm like having a good time while
Fucking
listening.
rat jam.
Yeah, dude, I am rat jamming.
Yeah. I need to play more games like that.
Yeah, but then there are songs in that game, like especially my favorite song from Destiny 2, or from Destiny 2, God, from Terraria is the Boss 2 music. So they have like 4 different boss music songs.
Okay.
They have ones that are specific to certain bosses. Like they have one that's specific to Empress of Light, which is awesome. The Empress of Light battle is insane. It's like an anime battle.
I don't even know. That's the one that has a lot of light beams flowing across?
Yeah, it's the one that I always play at work.
I've seen that one. Okay, yeah. I do know that one.
That's the one that I always put on the TVs when I'm...
Yeah. Dude, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. When I rock up to a function check TV and I'm like, we got some Terraria going on right now?
Yeah, I always play my own Terraria videos, which is so funny.
I think that's super funny.
But Boss 2 is like very intense, and it's like it's got a lot of cool, like it sounds like video game music, you know? Like it's got very modern aspects, but it also has a lot of sounds in it that remind you of like old school like Galaga or something.
Do you know what you should do?
What?
Is it okay if I tangent for a second?
Sure.
Do you know what you should do?
What?
You should make it to where whenever you work on someone's computer, you make the default tab that opens your YouTube videos.
You know how in trouble I would get for
really?
doing that?
Would you get in big trouble?
Yes.
What if you just didn't say anything? You just have to pick your targets. You just have to pick your targets and make it like intentional. They're like, I think I got this JS man is ruining my computer. He's hacking it. Look at what he's doing. And it's just your Terraria fight. And they're like, he's hacking my computer.
Right, because here's the thing, right? Like, I'm gonna, dude.
Like, that would be so funny. Could you just be plugging your own shit at the same time?
Yeah.
Like, dude, you would literally have your own bots.
Dude,
but
you
they're
know
real
how in
people.
trouble I'd get? Like, it's going to be a day when I'm not working. Somebody's going to come in.
Oh, yeah.
Be like...
I'll catch it.
Be like, I have this thing where whenever I open up Chrome, it's opening to...
I think this Price guy hacked my computer.
I think it's a virus. It's opening to this guy who's like...
Oh, man.
For some reason, every time it opens, there's a video that starts playing, and he goes, "Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Price here, and welcome back to the Terrarias." That is...
I think that would be so funny.
Dude, you want to know So, one of my buddies made fun of my Terraria intro because every single time I would do an intro for the videos, I'd be like, "Yo, what is going on, everybody?"
Yo.
And people would be like, and my buddy was like, "What, you sound like Jesse Pinkman every single time." Though,
yo,
what up, bitch?
Yo, Mr.
Welcome
White.
back to Terraria, bitch.
I still need to watch Breaking Bad.
Yo, Mr. White.
Yo, Mr. White.
You want to play some Terraria, Mr. White?
I need to watch that show.
It's such a good show.
I know.
It's a banger.
Maybe I'll try to binge it with Ona. See if she wants to watch it.
You should do it. Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be, I would get in so much trouble for putting the default tab for somebody's computer as my YouTube.
I just think it would be so funny.
What if I created like a macro for it so that every time they open up Chrome, it automatically like hits the subscribe button,
and then it closes the tab. And then so they just can't access Chrome. So you're like, "What is this problem?" You're like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll fix it." And then they're already subscribed, so it just doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter.
Man,
you would literally be using. It would be like the old people that you would do that to.
Dude,
would be like the chimpanzees trying to type Macbeth.
Maybe the first thing that I'll do whenever I open up people's computers to like investigate what's going on is just subscribe to my channel and then go back.
And like... You can't do that. That's a lot better than just setting it to where it's always playing, I guess. But
I won't do that.
That one's too real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, I hear you. That one is too real.
It's like how we were talking about giving Mind Meld stickers at the bottom of people's receipts and just like giving it to people.
Dude, that'd be so funny. Speaking of which, we never got on that.
Yeah, no, we kind of just stepped away from it.
We should do that.
I mean, we know what we want. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of saying, please do these.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to. I mean, we took a break. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. We had a lot going on.
We had the holidays, and we had work and school and other things that were taking up our lives.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we will have stickers for sure, especially because now that we're back to doing it weekly.
Yeah.
We will, like, they will come out. I promise you.
They will happen.
Like, even if we don't never do another episode, I still want a sticker.
That's fair.
Like, you know what I mean? I want to put it right on my forehead.
I don't think you do. You?
I don't know.
I think adhesive on your forehead is like kind of bad for your skin.
Yeah. I haven't washed my face intentionally in about 2 years.
Me too.
Nice. Love that for us.
My stepmom is like, she like looks
your
at me.
Your skin looks really good for not.
What's that?
I said your skin looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great.
Every time she's like, let me like skincare your face. And I'm like, absolutely not. She's like, why? And I'm like, because I hate the feeling of like product on my face.
Yeah, maybe we'll get sponsored by a skincare.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Neutrogena. Bath and Body Works sponsor us.
Bath and Body Works, Neutrogena, like Zapzit.
Zapzit.
Somebody sponsor us and be like, and we'll use it on the podcast. What does it take
to be? Do we need to be a business to get sponsored? How does that work? Or do they just give us like money?
I got sponsored for streaming. I don't remember how it worked.
Cool.
They just like offered me a sponsorship. What?
Raid Shadow Legends?
No, God.
I would take one of those. Fuck it.
Do you know how scummy those
mobile
bad?
Ads are? I don't know anything about
now
them.
that I said it, we're not going to get sponsored.
No, I love you, Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
And if you subscribe today, you can get 20 free champions.
Yeah.
Yay.
Terraria, please sponsor us.
Well, I mean, like that game, shitty is in like their
I didn't say shitty.
Well, no.
Just
what did you
scummy.
say? Excuse me. Scummy.
Yeah.
As in like the way that they do microtransactions, or like
Yes.
the company itself is scummy because of that. I guess it would.
The
it would be a 1 and 2.
microtransactions, but you know what?
Go ahead. Pop off. I
you
see
know what's really scummy?
Go ahead.
You know what's super scummy?
Tell me.
The fake mobile game ads where they're like, hey, it's like on TikTok where you're like your Instagram For You page where you'll swipe through and it'll be like, I mean, everybody's seen it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about,
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about.
Where you'll see like somebody with a gun who's like shooting the barrels and he's like moving back and forth and the barrels are coming towards him.
Like
and
numbers on him.
Yeah, and he's got the numbers and you got to shoot the barrels and when they explode, you get an upgrade.
Yeah.
But he always moves out of the way
before he does the right one.
Yeah, before and then he dies, and then you're like, I'm so angry. I bet I could do that. And then you get the game, and then you're like, this is nothing like the ad. And then you're like, I just got scammed.
Or it's like the most simple puzzle you've ever seen in your goddamn life,
Yeah, exactly.
and they can't solve. And you're like, it's like when you're watching Dora. Pull that rod. What? Oh God, solve the puzzle.
Yeah, you get, and then you just get like angry. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I get that.
No, I see those all the time.
And I go, why?
Yeah.
Who are you scamming with this? Who are you scamming? Not me.
It's me.
It's you.
No, it's not me.
It's the old people who get viruses.
It is the old people.
Yeah, it's the old people who get viruses.
Oh, dude. So speaking of old people getting viruses, actually, this is not old people getting viruses. This is young people getting viruses.
Young people.
My buddy Greg, I don't know if I've mentioned him on the podcast before, but he's in school right now. He's in college, and he is in a class where he actually ended up finding the textbook for the class online.
Nice.
And he had a little bit of anxiety because he was like, I sent the link for the online textbook to the like class Discord. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for that. And I was like, I don't think I've ever met a professor who's gonna get like mad at you for being
for not spending $300
on a textbook in college, right? And then to make matters worse, he messaged us like 10 minutes later, and he was like, somebody from my class clicked on the McAfee phishing link.
No.
It's like, no.
Haven't you played enough cool like games.com to know that link is fake? Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
McAfee. That was like, dude, I saw this tweet the other day that was talking about how there was this professor that was like showing what it meant to like or what viruses can do to computers. And so they boot up a virtual machine, right? To where the OS is just on the virtual machine. It's kind of like its own like sandbox, right?
Yeah.
And he loads this virus that he made into the virtual machine, but it breaks out of the virtual machine and starts hacking his computer, and then it spreads to all of the students' computers, and then it just destroys like everyone's computer in the vicinity. And then it was posted to Reddit to r/antivirus, and it was like this might be the wrong thread, but please help. I have a lot of schoolwork on there, and that shit fucking sent me, dude.
That is so funny
because it was fucking AI taking over, man.
Yeah.
He's
so like,
easy.
check out this virus that I made. And then it, like, dude, that is like...
It destroyed everything. It destroyed everyone's computer.
That is straight up like Tony Stark and Ultron type shit. He's like, look what I made. It will
pseudo
save
armor
the
around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my pseudo armor around the world.
Pseudo armor around the world. Let me start by showing these classmates. oh fuck.
Oh no.
Oh,
because it probably
shit.
was like a slow burn too.
Yeah.
Like it was like 30 seconds of it like doing its thing on the virtual machine. He goes, oh my god, look at this, it's doing its thing like I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
And then like that 45-second mark hits and he goes, oh no.
Shit.
It's
Oh shit. I
need to turn this off.
Yeah, and then it's not turning off. And it's like, fuck.
And then it's just done. It's just done.
Yeah. By that point, it's like, what? There's nothing you can do.
No, it's just over. It's so over.
That's so funny,
The virus just tears your hard drive apart bit by bit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That shit fucking so funny to me.
I have people that come in that do that. I had somebody come in today with just like a list of things, right? She had like a whole list. She was like, they said that my information is leaked on the dark web.
Dark web.
Like she had like 2 pages worth of stuff that she was concerned about, right?
Wow.
2 pages worth of stuff. And I was like, all right, well, why don't you like pull out your laptop and let me see.
Yeah, like let's take a look.
Let's take a look. It's a Chromebook. And I'm like,
you're like, what did you expect to happen?
I'm like, ma'am, they can't do anything. It's Chrome OS.
It means nothing.
It means nothing. Yeah. Like you can't download anything.
Who told you this?
Yeah.
Who said you're on the dark web?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what is
First, what were you looking at on the dark web?
Right.
Second, who said that they hacked you? This is a Chromebook.
Yeah. And so I told her, I was like, I looked through her local files, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you have nothing on here that's like really weird. You're fine. And then she tipped me $20 and I was like, sick.
Nice.
You are so welcome, ma'am.
I have no idea how to describe a Chromebook. I literally like when customers are like, can I do things on it? I'm like, no.
Not really.
Can I do schoolwork on it? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
like,
do you want Office?
Yeah.
You can't get it.
I can pay $150 for this Chromebook. It's good, right? No. You should get a Windows computer. They're like, but this one's right here. I'm like, I won't convince you out. I've gotten into this mode of like, and this grows outside of work as well, to where if someone is like set on something, right? They're like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this, and like this is gonna happen. And I'm just like, I don't need to convince you out of it. Like it's fine.
Yeah,
like you could do it. And I was just like, it's just, I don't know. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
Especially at work. Like a little bit outside. More about like if I'm in Valorant and I hear someone be like,
you sure didn't convince those people not to get your mouse.
Nope. I mean, we could relive that story. Do you want to relive it real quick? It's been a while.
People can go back. Just look up the toilet mouse episode.
Yeah, what is that, 4 or 5? Something like that?
4, I think.
It was before Miguel, so 4 or 5, something like that.
I think it was, yeah.
But shout out to Miguel, by the way. I haven't talked to him in so long.
I saw him recently.
Really? Oh, hello.
Okay. So, I think I've told you about this.
Okay.
Me, Miguel, his wife Hersey, Emilio and Madison, we've all been watching the Paranormal Activities movies.
Yes.
Because the way that Miguel pitched it to us is he goes, hey, have you seen the Paranormal Activities movies?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I haven't. And he's like, okay, we should watch them. I'm like, why? He's like, because all I know is that there is a point in this series of Paranormal Activities movies where there's cholos fighting witches. And we were like, I'm sold. Like, you got me. Let's do this.
What else do I need?
And so we've been watching them pretty consistently, like one movie almost every week. We took a break for the holidays.
Yeah, reasonable.
But we finally, this past Saturday, watched the fifth one, where the cholos were fighting the witches. And dude, let me tell you, the PACU is infinitely better than the MCU. Oh my god.
The Paranormal Activities Cinematic Universe.
Dude, we got to the end of that movie and we were like, it was like a mind fuck.
It brings everything together, right?
It brings everything together. It was like a mind fuck. We were like,
yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Whoa, like freaking out. Maybe it wasn't a good movie, but it was a fun movie.
Oh, dude, those are the best, especially horror movies that are like that.
Oh my god, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were just losing it. I mean, those movies are ridiculous, fucking ridiculous, man. They're like,
no, they're crazy.
Yeah.
They hit a point to where they start, they realize what's going on. You know what I mean? So like the directors and like the writers, they realize like the culture that their movie has cultivated.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh yeah, this is it. The cholos are fighting the witches.
This is the one.
Yeah. They're like, this is where we bring it all together.
Yep.
We have the Infinity Gauntlet of people.
The Infinity Gauntlet of people.
Yeah.
Exactly. And It's really funny because those movies are so highly rated.
Are they really? People think they're really good?
People think they're really good. They have horrible reviews from critics, but from like audience reviews, like if you look on like Amazon Prime for those movies, all of them have like 4.5 out of 5 stars.
I think they're one of the...
He's yawning.
I had to finish my yawn. I think they're one of those movies that they are. I remember when they were coming out, people were excited for the next one to come out. Like people wanted to keep. Yeah. It was like the MCU. Like people, like not as intense, obviously, right? But people wanted the next one to come out because they wanted to see what was happening.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, and then the Cholo movie came out, and people were like, "Okay, this is done."
Dude, what do you mean? The Cholo movie? Like we watched the Cholo movie. That was like what we were waiting for.
No,
that's
but
what we wanted.
Well, that's the last one, right?
No, there's 2 more.
Oh, I don't think they're very good.
The marked ones was the 5th one, and then there's the Ghost Dimension. And then there's Next of Kin.
I think the Ghost Dimension is really bad.
That's what I heard as well.
But I don't know anything about the Next of Kin. I don't think I've seen it. But I do
remember
that one was
like
Ghost
the newest
Dimension.
one. That one came in like 2021. Yeah.
2021?
Yeah, so that was a
COVID movie.
Yeah, that was a COVID movie.
That movie has got to be terrible. There's no world. If you come back to me...
I mean, come on, man.
If you come... What was a good movie that came out of the COVID years? 2020, 2021. Do you have one?
Can I think of a movie that came out
during
that
time? I don't know. Did Endgame come out during there? Or was that way out before that? I feel like Endgame came out during COVID, but I could be super wrong.
Hold on. Hey Siri. Fucker.
Activate. Hey fucker.
Hey Siri, when did Avengers Endgame come out?
I want to say 2019.
Avengers Endgame was released on April 26th, 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
2019.
So before COVID.
Wow, before COVID.
But that movie was good, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, 2019.
We were trying to think of good movies that came out during COVID.
Okay.
I think Uncharted came out during COVID, and that movie wasn't very good.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, I didn't think... I mean, I didn't think it was awful, the games. I love the games, and I tried to go into it with, like, separating them, but I just don't really like Mark Wahlberg as an actor. Is that a hot take?
That is kind of a...
Really?
That is a little bit of a
What's a good movie that he's been in? His last, like, 4 movies... He's just an action star, you know? Anyone can do... Not anyone, but, like, there's a lot of people that do that.
What is a good movie?
I think, like, I'm trying to... Because there was a really good Netflix movie that he was in, actually.
Wasn't he in Air?
I have no idea what Air is.
It was the Michael Jordan movie.
Is that the Michael Jordan movie? I haven't seen that movie, but I do want to see it.
Wait, no. Was that Matt Damon? I think it was Matt Damon.
No. It was... I don't know if it was Matt Damon. I don't know. I don't know who... I haven't seen the movie. You'd have a better idea than I would. But... yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything that I've seen, at least recently, that has Mark Wahlberg in it that I was... Unless it's a comedy movie.
You know who we need to have on that would know? David.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our boy. Yeah. Speaking of, right, we have this plan coming up.
Yes.
That we've been calling... I feel weird saying it almost.
Dude, I love the name of it. That
we've been calling... I'm not going to say when it is or anything like that.
Yeah.
That we've been calling D-Day.
Because David...
It's for his birthday.
Yeah, it's for his birthday.
And we're going to be going out on D-Day because the goal is to get destroyed. That's the goal of D-Day. At least for him. My goal is
I don't think that was the goal of the American soldiers...
No.
Fucking breaching Normandy.
No, but the goal was to destroy Normandy.
True.
So the goal is to destroy.
Okay. Ourselves?
It can go either way.
Okay.
But I just think it's so funny that he's calling it D-Day. Because it just makes me laugh. That's it.
You're so right.
But yeah, I'm excited for that plan.
I'm excited for it as well.
It's literally just going to be like a going out and drinking day, which is going to be fun.
I think it'll be a good time.
But me and Ona were talking about just pre-gaming really hard, and then going and then being the old people that leave at 11.
Honestly, that's kind of fair.
Yeah, right.
I told Dave, I was like, I have a bowling tournament the next day. So
really, you have a tournament? That's cool.
I have a tournament at 8 a.m. the next day.
Damn.
So I told him I was like, my limit is kind of like is probably like 2 a.m.
That's reasonable. 2 a.m. is.
Yeah,
2 a.m. is late.
He was like,
honest.
we will be done before that. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, 2 a.m. is late, to be honest. Yeah, you ain't going to catch an old fogey like me out at 2 a.m. Yeah. New Year's was hard enough, man. I was falling asleep on the dance floor.
Hey, listen, man. I fell asleep like immediately after midnight.
No, dude, as soon as midnight hit, I was like, I was like about to fall asleep. Because I was staying up for that. Like, that was the goal, right? And there was a lot of energy in the room, so it was really easy. But as soon as midnight hit and we walked outside of the club,
you were like,
I was like,
over.
Oh my God, it is time to go to bed.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to go home.
Yeah.
But I was DD, so I was driving people home.
Yeah.
Which is A-okay with me. I don't mind. I don't mind doing that. It's not too bad.
Yeah,
but,
good for you, man.
Thank you.
Being the DD.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good designated driver? I think we're coming up on that time. If I had to guess, we are coming up on that time. Actually,
cool.
We are right there. Do you have any parting thoughts?
Any parting thoughts? Don't drink and drive, kids.
Don't drink and drive.
Or adults. Nobody drink and drive.
And don't procrastinate your homework.
Don't drive under the influence.
You're so right.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We appreciate it greatly. If you haven't, be sure to go check out our socials, being our Twitter and our Instagram. That is the Mind Meld PC on Twitter and the Mind Meld Podcast on Instagram.
Yep.
Huge shout out to Reflexes for doing the music and Pengu Kim for doing our design. If you have anything that you'd like us to discuss in the next episode of the podcast, please be sure to email us at mindmeldthepodcast@gmail.com. Again, that is mindmeldthepodcast@gmail.com. It has been a pleasure. Mason, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.